discomfort. So earlier in the previous video, I talked about how the fact that people will probably shut things down pretty quickly when they start hearing some of the stuff I'm teaching, because it completely goes against what they have understood, okay, from other men, books, whatever, okay, not from biblical point of view, but just by what other men have come up with. And so I thought early on, when I first started this, the cognitive dissonance would be a really good direction to go here, because, well, a lot of things that I show aren't necessarily things that you see every day. In fact, I take people into very uncomfortable places. But isn't that where we're supposed to be? We're supposed to be searching out the truth, and oftentimes the truth is uncomfortable. Okay? So let's dig into this. All right, the American Psychological Association defines cognitive dissonance as an unpleasant psychological state resulting from inconsistency between two or more elements in a cognitive system. Okay, what does all that mean? It means you feel discomfort. You feel uncomfortable with someone showing you something that's completely different, but you might be seeing it as a possibility, but you don't really want to. Okay? You don't want to see what they're telling you, because you might change your mind on something that you thought you knew all these years. And somebody else might show you something that might change that fact. That feels uncomfortable. Trust me, I know this feeling. When I first went down this road, this is exactly what I felt. Okay? So it's the inconsistency between what people believe and how they behave, and it motivates them to engage in actions that will help minimize feelings of discomfort, like shutting down this video right now. People attempt to relieve this tension in different ways, such as rejecting, explaining away, or avoiding new information. That's what I get most of the time. I mean, I'm fine with that. If that's where God wants to lead you to, walk away, or that's where your mind wants to lead you, that's your choice. But I said it before, I'm not here to tickle someone's ears. I'm here to show you what the Bible actually teaches. Who am I to do that? I'm nobody. I tell people that right up front. I am nobody. But then again, who did Jesus choose most of the time to bring the word to his people? One can have problems when they have believed one thing, but find that something else may be true. Excuse me. Everyone experiences cognitive dissonance to some degree, but that doesn't mean that it is always easy to recognize. Some signs that you are feeling might be related to dissonance include feeling uncomfortable before doing something or making a decision, trying to justify or rationalize a decision you've made or action you have taken, feeling embarrassed or ashamed about something you've done and trying to hide your actions from other people, experiencing guilt or regret about something you've done in the past, doing things because of social pressure or a fear of missing out, even if it wasn't something you wanted to do. So, what does this inconsistency-related discomfort look like in everyday life? So here's a few. If you want to be healthy but you don't exercise regularly or eat a nutritious diet, you feel guilty as a result. You know that smoking or drinking too much is harmful to your health, but you do it anyway. You rationalize this action by pointing to your high stress levels. You'd like to build up your savings, but tend to spend extra cash as soon as you get it. You regret this decision later, such as when facing an unexpected expense that you don't have the money to cover. You have a long to-do list, but spend the day watching your favorite shows instead. You don't want your spouse to know, so you try to make it look like you've worked hard all day. You have a belief system that contradicts what is happening around you. And you have taken something or done something that you know is wrong, and you don't know how to handle it now. So there's a number of different situations that can create conflicts, right? Forced compliance. Sometimes you find yourself engaging in behaviors that are opposite of your own beliefs due to external expectations at work or school or in a social situation. This might involve going along with something due to peer pressure or something at work to avoid getting fired. New information. And sometimes learning new information can lead to feelings of cognitive dissonance. For example, if you engage in a behavior that you later learn is harmful, it can lead to feelings of discomfort. People sometimes deal with this by finding ways to justify their behaviors or finding ways to discredit or ignore new information. And decisions. People make decisions, both large and small, on a daily basis. When faced with two similar choices, we are often left with feelings of dissonance because both options are equally appealing. So the degree of dissonance experienced can depend on a few different factors. Among them are how highly a particular belief is valued and the degree to which the beliefs are inconsistent. That'll happen a lot on this page, by the way. The overall strength of the dissonance can also be influenced by several factors, including the importance attached to each belief, cognitions that are more personal, such as beliefs about the self, religious beliefs, society beliefs, and highly valued tend to result in greater dissonance. The number of dissonance beliefs, the more dissonant, clashing thoughts you have, the greater the strength of the dissonance. Cognitive dissonance can often have a powerful influence on our behaviors and actions. It doesn't just influence how you feel, it also motivates you to take action to reduce feelings of discomfort. Once a choice has been made, however, people need to find a way to reduce these feelings of discomfort. So we can accomplish this by justifying what our choice was the best option so we can believe that we made the right decision. So cognitive dissonance can be caused by feelings where you're forced to do something, learning new information, or when faced with a decision between two similar things. Cognitive dissonance can make people feel uneasy and uncomfortable. This is particularly true if the disparity between their beliefs and behaviors involves something that is central to their sense of self. It can make people feel uneasy and uncomfortable. For example, behaving in a way that are not aligned with your personal values may result in intense feelings of discomfort. Your behavior contradicts not just the beliefs you have about the world, but also the beliefs that you have about yourself. This discomfort can manifest itself in a variety of ways. Someone with cognitive dissonance may feel anxiety, embarrassment, regret, sadness, shame, and stress. It can even influence how people feel about and view themselves, leading to negative feelings of self-esteem and self-worth. So the impact of dissonance, because people want to avoid discomfort, cognitive dissonance can make a wide range of effects. Dissonance can play a role in how we act or think and make decisions. We may engage in behaviors or adopt attitudes to help relieve the discomfort caused by the conflict. Some things that a person might do to cope with these feelings include adopting beliefs or ideas to help justify or explain away the conflict between their beliefs or behaviors. This can sometimes involve blaming other people or outside factors, hiding beliefs or behaviors from other people, People may feel ashamed of their conflicting beliefs and behaviors, hiding the disparity from others to minimize feelings of shame and guilt. Only seeking out information that confirms existing beliefs. This phenomenon, known as confirmation bias, affects the ability to think critically about a situation but helps minimize feelings of dissonance. I have talked about this one with people over and over again. People go out and they start researching something, and how you research is highly connected to how you believe, right? If you want to find a specific outcome, 99% of the time you're going to find it because that's what you're searching for. Okay? Excuse me. If you're looking for a different outcome, like the difference between my oldest brother and I, okay? He's not a believer, and he has his own ideas about biblical stuff, etc., etc. And so he goes out there and he quotes all these different things, right? He can find what he's looking for because there's plenty of people out there who believe the same thing he does. So your research and what you're going to find is highly connected to exactly what you're looking for. So, like, say you're looking for information on time perspective, you're not going to find what you're looking for in this site because I have a completely different perspective. And this dissonance could shut you down because you're going to hear stuff that you're not willing to hear because it's different. Okay? It makes you uncomfortable. And you may think you're going to be wasting your time by listening to someone talk about something that, well, at this point you don't believe in. But you can't know or understand or even believe until you've gotten into it to understand it, to see which is more correct. This is a normal occurrence. If you're going to be searching for something, most people will find what they're looking for because that's how they conduct their research. People like to believe that they are logical, consistent, and good at making decisions. Cognitive dissonance can interfere with that perception that they hold about themselves and their abilities, which is why it can often feel so uncomfortable and unpleasant. There you go. So, when there are conflicts about thoughts and beliefs and opinions, people will take steps to reduce the dissonance and those feelings of discomfort. Okay? Adding more beliefs to outweigh dissonant beliefs. People who find themselves in the situation will look for ways to counter their beliefs and only look for ones that strengthen what they already thought before, knowing full well that it is probably wrong. They will go to sources that will only confirm this wrong thinking. Okay? I just got done discussing that, right? You're searching for something, that's what you're going to go looking for because you want to confirm your truth over something else. Okay? Reducing the importance of the conflicting belief. A person who cares about their health might be disturbed to learn that sitting for long periods during the day is linked to a shortened lifespan. Since they work all day in an office and spend a great deal of time sitting, it is difficult to change their behavior. To deal with the feelings of discomfort, then, they might find some way of rationalizing the conflicting cognition. For instance, they may justify their sedentary behavior by saying that their other healthy behaviors, like eating sensibly and occasionally exercising, make up for their largely sedentary lifestyle. Changing beliefs. Changing the conflicting cognition is one of the most effective ways of dealing with dissonance, but is also one of the most difficult, particularly in the case of deeply held values and beliefs, such as religious or political leanings. So some of the ways people reduce discomfort from cognitive dissonance include seeking information that aligns with and supports current beliefs, reducing the conflicting beliefs' importance, and changing beliefs to reduce the feeling of conflict. So, there are those pitfalls, right? And they're going to find ways to make it worth it to themselves. Okay? They will come up with things in their mind that make it all okay. So cognitive dissonance plays a role in many value judgments, decisions, and evaluations. Becoming aware of how conflicting beliefs impact the decision-making process is a great way to improve your ability to make faster and more accurate choices. Mismatches between your beliefs and actions can lead to feelings of discomfort and sometimes coping choices that you have negative impacts. But such feelings can also sometimes lead to change and growth. You might actually learn something you've never seen before. And I guarantee you're going to find stuff from the Bible that you've never noticed before in your entire life. There are things that are going to get explained to you. This is not arrogance, it's not pride, it's not, hey, look at me. That's not the point. The point is, I've never seen some of this before. Ever, anywhere. Ever. Okay? So, the hardest part about all of this is understanding that it's okay to feel a little discomfort when you're learning. Take the time, however. Take the opportunity to learn something new and just verify. You can't do it on just a little tiny piece of information. You're picking up new information that you don't know or understand before, and sometimes it even goes against the very things you have been taught for most of your life. That's what happened to me. This is what happened. The question then becomes, do you trust the source that the information is coming from? In this case, the Bible. This is not about me. This is what I have found in the Bible. Once you've seen it, it's up to you to search it out and be sure. That's what I'm all about. It's all about you going out and searching the truth. Because I'm going to show you a lot of things in all my videos. You search it out. You figure it out. Okay? God bless everyone.